To begin this lesson, open the sec file project from your sample files folder. And open securitymodule.cs. In this lesson, we will implement custom security to apply more sophisticated security than is available with ASP.NET's built-in security system. In Session 9 of the Essential Skills course, you learned that ASP.NET has its own security system that works well and is easy to implement. In this lesson, you're going to use an HTTP module to create your own custom security system that works entirely outside the built-in system, although it still uses ASP.NET to manage user login. There are two reasons to implement a custom security system. Firstly, the built-in security system only manages security by folder. Often there is a requirement to implement security at page level, or even by specific items on pages. And secondly, when you need remote users to be able to manage security permissions. The built-in security uses the ASP.NET configuration utility, meaning that you need to access the server itself to manage them. Using a custom security module, you can create elegant admin pages, enabling your remote users to manage security permissions from within your application. To begin, you'll need to add some code to retrieve information about the file the user has requested. Add the following code to the custom security method. String file path equals current application dot request dot app relative current execution file path. String file name equals system.io.path.getFilename file path. String file extension equals system.io.path.getExtension file name. This code retrieves information about the file that was requested by the user. The file name and extension will be needed to filter out file types that you don't want to be secured. This is necessary because HTTP modules intercept requests for all file types, including CSS files and images. Next, you're going to add an if statement to exclude the default.aspx and useradmin.aspx files from security checks, along with any files that are not ASPX pages. In a real-world project, it would be better to create a list of safe file types instead of only securing ASPX files. Add the following if statement on the next line of the custom security method. If file extension =.aspx and file name does not equal default.aspx and file name does not equal useradmin.aspx. This if statement will only execute if the requested file is an ASPX page and is not default.aspx or useradmin.aspx. You'll now need to add code to check if the user is authorized and redirect unauthorized users to Accessdenied.aspx. Add the following code inside the if statement. String username equals current application dot user utilities.identity.name. If not utilities.checkaccess username current application .server .transfer /accessdenied.aspx. This code retrieves the username from the current application object and checks whether they are authorized using the checkaccess method from this project's utilities.cs class. Note that the utilities.cs class is a part of this project and not part of the .NET framework. Utilities.cs is visible in the Solution Explorer. If the checkaccess method returns false, the user will be redirected to Accessdenied.aspx. The checkaccess method checks to see whether the logged-in user has a record in the Secure Users table that I have created in the sec file database. If a record exists, the user is allowed access to all pages. If the record does not exist, the user may only access the default.aspx and useradmin.aspx pages. In a real-world project, the user would only be given access to the default.aspx page. You're allowing access to the useradmin.aspx page only so that you are able to add yourself to the Secure Users table. If the checkaccess method returns false, the user will be redirected to Accessdenied.aspx. Before your HTTP module will do anything, you must apply it to the project by editing the web.config file. Note that the comments that are automatically included in a new HTTP module state that the HTTP module must be registered with IIS. In fact, by referencing your HTTP module in the web.config file, you are doing everything necessary to register the HTTP module. You do not need to do anything else. Open web.config now and add the following code inside the system.web tag. HTTP modules, add name equals security module, type equals secfile.security module. Now let's test your new security module. View default.aspx in your web browser. The page is displayed without any problems. Now click the Files button on the navigation bar and notice that the text on the page has changed. Your username is not on the list of approved users, so the HTTP module redirects you to Accessdenied.aspx. Make a note of your username, as you'll now add it to the list of approved users. Click the Admin button on the navigation bar. Now enter the username you noted earlier into the text box. And click Add User. Now click Files on the navigation bar once again, and you are now allowed to access the page. Close your web browser now, and close Visual Studio. You've now completed Lesson 7-8. Implement custom security with an HTTP module.